Hi everyone, Merry Christmas. This is my special 2019 Bible presentation, Christmas. I call it Miracle Birth of Jesus, and I will upload this to my channel, Revelation 2020 Last Days Bible Truth. So, and talk about the Nativity of our Lord, Isaiah 7. I'll go this quick. I have to go this quite quickly. There's quite substantial pages here. So Isaiah 7 is a very important prophecy of Emmanuel. A virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and God with us. Emmanuel means God with us, fulfilled in Matthew 1. So if you go from Isaiah 7, which was foretold in about 700 years BC, what a great prophet Isaiah. And so Matthew 1 is a fulfillment, and then John 21 is the last chapter of the four Gospels. So the four Gospels begin with Matthew 1 and end with John 21. It's sort of like, you could say, it's an Alpha and Omega. Remember, as Jesus said in Revelation 1, I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. So we can look at this prophecy of the birth of the Son of God, the Word made flesh, and then the fulfillment in Matthew 1, and then the closure of the four Gospels in 21. And so Isaiah 7:14 is the prophecy. Behold, a virgin shall conceive. A virgin, not the virgin, which is Catholic. And so Matthew 1 combined, so prophecy fulfillment makes 693 words and 473, and that makes 1166 words and 1616 chapters. So notice you have this divine symmetry, and this is all from the King James Bible, of course, so which is actually, I always say, is God's translation, and so it's a miracle itself. And so notice the correlation. You have 16 and 16. It's like a 16:11, King James Bible. See 16:11? Can you see the 16 and the 11? Even God works it right into His word. So in the construction. So, and you have 1616 chapters and 1166 words. Notice 2 1s and 2 6s, just like the 66 books of the Bible. And so again, you have this symmetry, this balance of divine balance. God gives in His word, His true word. And it's 25 verses in Isaiah 7 and 25 verses in Matthew 1. Why? Because Jesus was born on the 25th day of December 25th. See, God put it right into the Bible. And then John 21 is, notice this is also 693 words, just as Isaiah 7 has 693 words, which is actually 9 times 77. Okay, so you see the balance that we have, the symmetry we have. On one side we have Matthew 1 to Isaiah is 693 and 47. So Matthew 1 to John 21 is also the same. Notice the equilibrium, divine equilibrium, and 25 verses each. Each chapter has 25 verses. Even John 21 has 25 verses. God is emphasizing the 25. There's 5 times 5, and 5 in the Bible means grace. I've spoken about it before. Now, the combined words of these 3 chapters, Isaiah, Matthew, and John, is 1,859 words of the King James. Now, demarcate 1,000, so 859. What is the 859th chapter of the Bible? Is Daniel 9, where we find the very famous and very crucial 70 weeks, quote-unquote weeks prophecy, because it means 70 weeks of years, 490 years, which foretells the first and second comings of Jesus, Messiah. First to be crucified, and then to be coming as King of Kings, Psalm 1 chapter. So this also breaks down to this 1,859 words of these 3 chapters is 929 and 930. Now the whole entire Old Testament is from Genesis 1 to Malachi 4 is 929 chapters of the Old Testament. And the very next chapter is Matthew 1, chapter 930. So you go, so even incorporated into this one sum of words is the Old Testament, and the New Testament begins with the arrival of Messiah, Jesus. Okay, so you go from the Old Testament to Matthew 1, the New Testament. And this is what happens that Adam, mentioned in Genesis 5:5, he lives, his entire lifespan is 930 years, mentioned in Genesis 5:5. Okay, so notice everything is working together perfectly in God's ordering and God's perfection in this text, in the divine text, because God speaks English. The world speaks English, so he gave an English Bible, the King James, King of Kings. So Isaiah, to conclude here, this is like the grand finale. Now this is my signature painting of the Second Coming, which I completed several years ago and in Jerusalem. So this is like the backdrop. So Isaiah 7, Matthew 1 and John 21 are combined 2,634 chapters. And this is giving the second advent, because Revelation 19, which is where Jesus appears a second time, second coming, it has 634 words of the King James. So some chapters reveal the exact number of words, 2,634, because Revelation 19, where this happens, the second advent, is 634 words, and I can discuss this much, but no time right now. This is a Christmas message. So everything's working together in God's perfect ordering, perfect miracle Bible, miracle. This is a miracle text. The birth of Jesus is a miracle of God, incarnation, but the Bible itself is a miracle. This is what I wanted to share this Christmas. This is quite a fresh study of mine, but it's been coming for years of study, so this is like the fruition of this is a special one. So I hope this blesses you, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, a blessed Christmas. Amen.